Hello, my name is John Binnie, and I'd love to talk to you today. First of all, introduce myself briefly, and then also sharing with you some of the practices around remote viewing, astral projection, and how to protect yourself and your home. And we'll go through some of those practices ourselves together. So, to introduce myself, hi, I'm John Binnie. I am a full-time professional psychic and spiritual mentor. I live here in Scotland, and I left a 26-year career in software engineering in May last year, in 2024. And I was latterly in Amazon for 8 years as a senior software manager, developing software and artificial intelligence for recruitment systems. And since 2017, I went through an awakening and started meditating each day. And then in the coming years, I started practicing 2 client sessions each week, where I would just come along and start doing things like energy healing, talking to people's spirit guides. And over those years, the breadth of what I do dramatically increased, including chakra scanning, negative energy and entity clearing, helping people with soul retrievals or soul fragment healing and reintegration, past life, future life, parallel life, regression and healing and integration, and then also astral travel, light language, channeling, doing grid work, helping the planet. And so I went full-time last year, and I also qualified as a mindfulness meditation teacher, a clinical reflexologist, and I'm currently coming towards the end of my study for Swedish massage and Indian head massage, of which I do these latter services in person. So I offer these as psychic Swedish massage, psychic reflexology, and psychic Indian head massage, where I blend different services together. And the rest of my work I do online for most of my week. And that is for clients all around the world, including most of you are in the US and Canada, and then also across South Africa, Australia, South Korea. There's just a whole Europe, the UK, Scotland. There's just a long list of you. So thank you so much. So let me talk a little bit, first of all, about these concepts. So what is remote viewing? What is what I call astral travel or astral projection? A really simple way of thinking about the universe, and this is just something I'd encourage you to feel into and to research yourself. And you'll know if it feels right for you because you'll feel it in your heart, right? You'll feel the truth inside of you. And so the way I see and experience this universe is that everything is energy first. So it's not the other way around. It's not matter. So I don't feel that I'm a human body that then has this kind of additional energy put into me, like my soul, and that then allows me to function as a being. It's more the other way around, that everything is energy first, and energy is created from consciousness, and consciousness interacting with the rest of reality around us. Like the atoms, the quarks, the cells, like all the building blocks of reality are created from the vibration of energy, different vibrations. And I do also feel that this is, at its very essence, its very core, it is love energy that sets the frequency of life and as a creative force. I also believe in source. You get to believe in whatever version of your, whatever god or gods you like, or deities, or not at all. And for me, source is also part of this knowing, this belief system that there's a unity consciousness that we're all connected into. I call it source. And as part of this unity consciousness, we all are individual expressions. Each of our souls are individual, unique expressions of this source of love of this universe. And it allows us to be able to to be able to be wonderfully unique, all have our own special superpowers and unique abilities and what's magical and wondrous about each of us. Okay, so talking a little bit about what is astral projection and remote viewing. So first of all, I feel that remote viewing is a common term where it describes humans' abilities to be able to experience different areas, often of this planet, but it can be off planet as well, to experience a non-local experience through your same consciousness. So the same consciousness of you that you use as a human, that you're then using to be able to view different places. And what seems to be very cool about the phenomena is that you can just set a target and you don't really need to understand exactly where it is. Often these are just given as numbers or codes to people, and then they're asked to remote view these locations. And remote viewing, just like seeing with our eyes, is all about receiving. You know, our eyes don't push out into reality. You could argue our consciousness does, but our eyes don't push, they receive light. And it's the same for our consciousness, that we receive what is happening around us. Although you can also argue that our consciousness has a significant effect on the reality around us, a bit like shining a torch on the universe around us, the reality around us, the co-created reality that we all experience together. Okay, and also there's a lot of concepts in there all at once. And then what I describe as astral travel is really the ability to travel through anywhere, through space and time. And this is something that I've done in client sessions. So I do this and I lead clients through this in meditations. And I'm about to help you with a simpler version of that just now. And in that journey, what we do is we use a variety of different techniques. So I'll use things like portals, a bit like a wormhole through space and time where you can jump to a specific location. Sometimes we'll travel directly from our bodies. So we'll remain anchored into our body, but then lift our consciousness out and travel to a specific location. It could be on Earth. It could be across the past or into the future. It could also be anywhere in the universe. And when we arrive at those locations, then we are invited to experience them, to receive what comes through. And it takes practice, but I do feel that everyone has the ability. And there's a lot of building blocks that help create a safe space within which you can do these practices, and to also encourage you to use these abilities that we all have and to develop them responsibly and ethically. We all get to choose what we do with our abilities, right? Okay, so one of the things that this experience that I had recently, where I observed that that another human had come into my home uninvited and was remote viewing, had you could argue it's also astral projecting into my home without permission. And that experience invited a lot of comments from you and also a bit of fear from people as well. And I would say, first of all, you know, in our modern history, for well over 80 years, countries have been doing this. You know, humans have been doing this to each other. And it's a phenomena that when you realize that the universe is energy first, that it really means that you can't defend a physical boundary alone, and that it is also important to have an energetic boundary. So the stuff I was saying earlier about, you know, whether or not you believe in source or your own God, whether you believe in an energy first universe or not, I just invite you to reflect on how it feels about, for example, in your home, radio waves are constantly coming into your home. We broadcast them as a human race around the planet, including long wave, right? So, which we used to use all the time for radio. and that you can block that with something called a Faraday cage, which is really like a big cage of some sort of like wire or metal that it really, what it does is it like shields you from this these radiation, the radio waves, probably from other things too. It can also like block your mobile signals, etc. So if you've ever wondered why your mobile reception isn't very good inside of your car, it's because your car exhibits, other than the windows, it exhibits a lot of the behaviors of a Faraday cage. And also my camper van, I know this well. It's a van. It's like a box van, and it's very much a Faraday cage. So I had to like drill a hole in the roof and buy like a little mobile phone antenna to receive a good mobile signal. And what's really important to understand is that our energy, our consciousness, is like radio waves in that respect. It can travel through walls and all the physical matter, because if you like, the energy comes first, and then the building blocks of matter are overlaid on top of that. That matter is a result of energy. So what I do in my client sessions is I'll do things like I always start with my meditations, and I have a range of free meditations on my website, johnbinnie.com. You'll see there's a link in all my videos to those free meditations. And what we do is we create a safe space around us. And once we've created the safe space, you can then do other things, like you can create a safe space around your home. Now, in my daily practice, I create a safe space around my home. Now, you might be asking, well, why did someone manage to compromise it? I would say that more than likely, I was being sloppy in that day or days surrounding that event, and that I didn't have sufficient attention to the protection around me. And I'm, part of this lesson for me as well is that now that I'm doing this work full time and now helping hundreds and hundreds of people around the world, and thank you for all your wonderful subscriptions to you're subscribing to my YouTube channel in particular, just past 7,000. Thank you so much. And if you're watching this on your TV or some other device, please do take the time to like, to subscribe, to comment. It makes a huge difference to my channel. My channel's been going since 2007. So I really appreciate the support in helping it grow and helping raise awareness to these realities and practices, even if this video just helps open up your mind a little bit more. So what I'm going to do now is take you through a guided meditation. As I said, you can visit my website, johnbinnie.com. You'll see that there's links. I think the very first image at the moment that shows is a little picture, and it says Spirit Guide Meditations. So you can try my 14-day Spirit Guide meditations. They are completely free of charge. And what it does is each day it gives you like a 10 to 15 minute meditation, very similar to what we're about to do. What we're about to do is quite short, and it's all visual, or like visualizations. And then what I'd encourage you to do is, if you enjoy that, my free meditations, as now I think over 400 of you have signed up in the last year, so thank you. I'd encourage you to engage with me, engage with my content. I have a membership group, and you can book me for one-to-ones. And I'm also live on my YouTube channel on Mondays and Thursdays, so you can come along and see me doing my work and helping others. And if you want to learn what I do, I also offer training courses as well. And I've just finished my intermediate training course run for the second time. The foundational course is now in its 5th or 6th run. And then the courses will be repeating again through the advanced course is coming in the summer. And then I'll be going on to the foundational and intermediate trainings after that. Okay. And the reason I say all this is not just try and sell you a bunch of stuff, because I'd love you to, I'm in this to help you, to help balance the darkness and light across this planet, to help empower us all. And I'm also in this to just earn enough money to sustain my family. And I'm very grateful for all your love and support. Okay, so let me begin. So first of all, we're going to start with what I call my like setting up a safe space. And I would say I don't consider myself religious, but there are two archangels that I work with, and I guess that's the closest I could describe as any kind of the more spiritual aspects to this conscious energy work. And then you'll also hear me talking about Source, which I spoke of earlier in this unity consciousness that I spoke of earlier in the video, and also Gaia. Gaia is the soul, the spirit of Mother Earth. Okay, so let's begin. So we should begin by taking in a deep breath through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out what no longer serves your highest good, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any fear, shame, anxiety, or pain, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any remaining low vibration, energy, or emotion that no longer serves your highest good, nice and loud. And continue to breathe deeply and calmly. Now focus your attention on the center of your heart, where your golden divine spark exists of your soul. And from here, extend a cord of light, of golden light, up through the top of your head and reach up into the sky, reaching all the way up into the stars, reaching up higher and higher through the frequencies and dimensions of this universe until you reach the highest dimension of the source of love of this universe, and there connecting your light cord into the highest dimension of source. Feeling that oneness, that unity, feeling of home, feeling of unconditional love, remain connected into source and extend your light cord down through the stars and through the sky, back down to the top of your head and into your heart once more. And as we continue to create a safe space around each other, around ourselves, allow your heart to gently soften and open as it feels right for you. And now, from the center of our hearts this time, extend a cord of light downwards, down through the root of your spine, and going all the way down through the layers of the planet, going deeper and deeper and deeper, until you reach the very core of Mother Earth, and there connecting your light cord into Mother Gaia's crystalline heart, her fifth dimensional heart. Remain connected into Gaia's heart and extend your light cord back up through the layers of the planet, up through the root of your spine and into your heart once more. And now, together with the light of Source above and Mother Gaia below, expand out your golden bubble of protective light to surround you, about 2 meters out to each side, above and below, in front and behind, and set the intention for this protective bubble, for your boundary, that only energies and entities with your permission, with your highest good and your love and compassion, can see you, access you, or exist within this space or within you. All other energies and entities must leave immediately. Into your golden bubble, you choose who you invite in, inviting in your spirit guides, your higher self, your ancestors, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia. And we ask at this time for their guidance, clearing, healing, and protection. and also the integration of today's messages and any healings. And as you continue to breathe, allow your heart to soften and open. You've set a strong boundary around yourself now, and I encourage you to bear witness to this protective space you've created around you. To know that your safety, your happiness, your self-love can continue to increase and flourish within this safe space you have created. This boundary you have created is your execution of your free will, and your free will is your universal right. You are sovereign. You are protected. You are safe. And now, I'd also like to work with you to help you create a protective space around where you are right now. For the purposes of this meditation and this energy practice, we will focus on your home. But this also applies to anywhere you call home, whether you're in a street, in a car, in another building, whether you're out in nature, wherever you are. I invite you in this moment to create a protective space around what you're calling home at this time. And now place your awareness into the center of your home. This is the heart of your home. You may also choose a place you frequent the most, such as your living room or kitchen, garden, or wherever it feels right for you. And now I'd like you to reach up with me to the highest dimension of source above, right where we connected in our own light cords. And this time, you're going to bring down a cord for your home. So set the intention with me now to invite down a column of golden light from the highest dimension of source all the way down to just above the roof of your home, just above the highest point of your home. Set the intention to clear, to heal, to energize, and to protect, to set a safe space for your home. And now from this column of source light, I'd like you to expand it out like a protective bubble. It's going to surround your whole home, the physical building, and all the way out to the boundaries of your home. These may be the boundaries that are considered the legal boundaries of the property. Whatever you consider to be your home, extend a big sphere now. Its very center is at the center of your home or where you choose it. And expanding out this big bubble above your home, expanded up to about 70 feet above your home. So in the air above your home, and then also 70 feet below your home, below the foundations, below the basement, below the lowest point of your home. And set the intention for this protective bubble that only energies and entities with your permission, with your highest good love and compassion, can see you, access you, or exist within this space or within you. All other energies and entities must leave immediately. You choose who you invite in. Inviting in your guides, your higher self, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia. Excuse me, and we ask at this time for their guidance, clearing, healing, and protection. And I'd like you now to imagine that you're walking the perimeter of your home. This is the perimeter of the property, the outside. And even if you're in a shared building or in an apartment or in a separate structure, I invite you to walk sometimes these seemingly impossible thin lines that we have dividing us between other people's homes, and sometimes these broader spaces we have between buildings. Walk these now with your consciousness. Trace your way around the outside. And as you do, set the intention, and you can repeat these phrases after me if you choose. This is my property. This is my home. I choose who and what energies enter this space. Anything that does not have my permission or my highest good at heart must leave immediately. And continue to repeat this as you walk around the outside of your property. And as you do, you're strengthening the energy in this big golden bubble you protected around you. And then come back to the center. And I'd also like to bring your awareness to the connection into the ground. So as you come back to the center of your home, extend a cord of light this time from the very center, just as we did with our own hearts, and extend it down deep into the ground. You can go as deep through the layers of the planet as you wish, all the way down to the core, the crystalline heart of Mother Earth, if you choose. And this connection between the center of the earth and the highest dimension of source will give you greater stability and grounding and security. And if you wish now, you can join me as we walk through the rooms, the spaces of our homes. You can enter briefly into each area and say, this is my home. I choose what enters here. If you do not have my permission or my highest good at heart, you must leave immediately. And once you've taken a few moments to do this in all the rooms of your home, and if you're physically walking around your home at this time, you can choose to pause this video as you do so, till you've done all of the rooms and spaces. I'll give you a moment. And come back to the center. And with Archangel Michael's help, and with your spirit guide's help, set the intention now, asking Archangel Michael and your spirit guides to expel and reject anything out of your home that doesn't serve your highest good, to push it outside of your boundaries. And do so now as I make the Om sound. And I'm also going to use some dragon light language. This I have learned from my past lives, being a dragon and a human and other beings many, many times. This dragon light language sounds a bit like a roar. It will be brief, but be quite loud. If you do not wish to hear this, you can simply turn down your volume for a few moments. It'll last for about 10 or so seconds. It is totally optional for you to receive this. And I set the intention with this dragon light language to burn away anything from our homes that no longer serves our highest good. And so I begin. Narau Makana Ra. Good. Thank you for receiving. those messages, the intentions from that dragon light language were pure and clear to assist you in removing anything that doesn't serve your highest good. And now, before we come to an end, I'd like you to consider leaving your own protective space around you for as long as you choose to, the bubble that we created at the very start. You can refresh this each day if you choose, simply by repeating this meditation. The same for your home. You can practice this each day, even every morning and every night, and it will assist you in the protection of your home. Also, you have complete free will and control over the bubbles that you have created for yourself. At any time, if you choose to close the bubble that you've created around yourself, simply hold out your hands and imagine cupping them round a bit like you're holding a big bowling ball or a big sphere in your hands. And you just set the intention to step outside of that bubble that you've created, whether it's the one around you or the one around your home. Shrink it down and ask it to be returned to source or to never return here again. And that will tidy up the energy. And so with this, whatever you're doing right now, I just gently bring you back to your body, back to my voice, and feel free to stretch a little. Perhaps drink some water too. And I wanted to thank you for joining me in this video today. I find this a lot of fun and I really enjoy it. And I feel it's a journey. We're all human and we all get to learn more about the true nature of this reality. And perhaps now that you've experienced a little bit of practices of energy work to help protect yourself and protect your home, I'd also encourage you to reflect on what this means for your understanding, your truths about reality. And if you imagine that there are others in the world, perhaps countries, leaders, governments, militaries around the world that have an idea, a sense of how real this is, then they will go to efforts to protect themselves and have sovereign borders and boundaries. And the good news is we all have our own individual free will and we all get to choose whether we create our own sovereignty and boundaries around us. And so I'd encourage you to consider both a practice like this, and you can learn it from my free 14-day spirit guide meditations and a lot more about clearing energy from yourself, talking to your spirit guides, being able to remove any cords or connections that you have with others that don't serve your highest good. There's a long list of just in the first 14 meditations. And I'd encourage you to reflect on what this feels like and observe that on the outside of the boundaries, it can feel quite cold and quite, what's the word? Sometimes, that we or our homes can almost look more invisible, like almost translucent to those at lower vibrations. And you might even observe this yourself, like you might, when you're up at the same vibration and the happiness of the bubble that you've created around your home, sometimes you might see it like sparkling or, just a slightly brighter light. It's quite hard to explain, but it's like you're seeing it through your third eye, perceiving it through your third eye. So I'd encourage you to feel into this and to practice it. If it works for you, do it each day. And if you see an improvement, just like, any exercise, any practice, then I'd encourage you to keep going with it and to go through an integration process. And by that, I mean reflecting on what feels true for you in a practice like this. How does it help you in your day-to-day reality? Does it resonate with you? What is it? What are the implications for the rest of our, our homes, our streets, our towns, our cities, our countries, this whole world, and of course, off-world, across the universe? What are the implications if this is possibly real, if it's really true that we're energy first and that we can also create simple protective steps around ourselves to help ourselves? So thank you for coming along. Please like, subscribe, share my videos. It greatly helps me and supporting my family and continuing to do this work full time. And I'd also encourage you to check out my website and come along to my live streams on Mondays and Thursdays, and you'll see them in the live section of my YouTube channel. It's been a real pleasure sharing this with you. If you have any requests for videos or topics you'd like me to cover, to go deeper into, please let me know. Thank you so much, and I'm sending my love from Scotland. Take care. Bye.